Hello everybody, we are back here with Way of the Hunter 2, and we've got ourselves early access to the next major update in Way of the Hunter 2. And I also noticed that this buck right here looks a little bit lighter than the other two, so I'm curious if this is like some kind of rare dilute or something, or if it's just a regular fur variation. I guess we'll have to find that out. But anyway guys, there is a ton of new stuff in this update. You'll immediately notice that you can see the star rating pop up when you look at an animal. And you'll probably also notice that the binoculars are a little different. They definitely look different when you're looking through them, which as of now, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to play around with it a little bit more to try and figure out if I like it or not. And we got a 68% right there, which I think we will probably shoot. Another really cool thing that's been added with this update is suppressors. You can kind of see it on the gun. Let's go ahead and go into photo mode so you can really see it. There we go. We got a suppressor on our rifle, which is super, super awesome. There's also been some thermal optics added to the game. Beautiful. As well as they finally added in the infrastructure improvements so you can improve the reserve to further improve the health of your animals. You can also finally repair those pesky bridges that are just broken everywhere on the map. So there is the buck that we have shot. Let's take a look at him right here. This is the first one that I've hunted since hopping on this early access build. Look at that guy right there. Now the goal for today is obviously going to be to grow some animals, as well as just using all of the brand new equipment that we've got with this update and see if we can improve some of the reserve as well. I also noticed the map looks quite different. It is very, very different. Now, one thing that is going to be really interesting is trying to improve the reserves and like figuring out what improves like what parts. I assume that these lines kind of separate the different sections. So we're going to try and find like some of the pollution that's over around in these areas. I mean, look, as you can see, these can't go higher than stable as it shows right here. So I think we need to improve some stuff around here. Because if I look over here, these guys can improve past stable. So that is definitely something very interesting that we will have to keep note of. I assume that all of these question marks are going to be either pollution or things that we can build or repair. So let's go up to that question mark right now. Okay, so this question mark is a hunting stand. I don't recall this being something you could find before the update. So I assume this is part of those infrastructure improvements. Definitely cool that we've got a hunting stand to hop up into now, and it's in a pretty good area as well. Okay, so this might give us a little bit more information as to what we can do with the new enhancements, habitat enhancements that are in the game. So it basically says that in the Kilmeo Reserve, which one is Kilmeo Reserve? Is that like a new map that they're going to release or something? Or is that like a section of this map? Not 100% sure. We'll have to figure it out. I think it is part of this map. It also says place any habitat enhancement in New Laurentia, get rid of pollution in Kilmeo Reserve, get rid of invasive plants in Thunderbird Muskeg. So I think these are like the different sections of the map. Make a species population thriving in New Laurentia. So that's also challenges that we can do. Get rid of water pollution in Lake Sasquatch. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of different stuff. We should try to figure this out right here. Lake Sasquatch is pretty easy if I'm not mistaken. I think it's literally like, here's Lake Sasquatch. Okay. So I feel like this has got to be some pollution right here. It's right on the water, and I know for a fact there's no bridge right there. So I think we're going to go over here and see what's going on. Oh, okay. So this isn't the pollution. This is a hunting stand that we can build. Wow, that's a lot of money, though. 3,735. I do not have that at the moment, but I guess we now know what these are, these little piles of stuff that we've been seeing throughout the reserve since the release of this game. Definitely not what I expected this area to have, but hey. So I think we're going to try and go for a for sure thing, and that is this right here. Get rid of invasive plants in Thunderbird Muskeg. That's probably going to be the easiest one to find so we can actually figure out, what the pollution and invasive species and stuff actually is like. Okay, what is this right here? Habitat enhancement discovered. Build a habitat enhancement to improve the quality of animal populations in this land. This is in the Thunderbird Muskeg. Habitat enhancements improve the fitness potential of the following species from the land. Western moose. Again, we don't have enough money to do this. I assume this is going to be a feeder of some kind because I remember in the demo version of this game, it talked about feeders. So I guess that would be a possibility. I think we finally found it. I think we finally found a source of some of the pollution. Yeah, invasive plant species discovered. There it is. Okay, so we got to get rid of all of this. How much money is this going to cost? 3,000. Holy. Wildlife is feeding on invasive tansies, spurges, and thistles that grow here, damaging the ecosystem. Find and replace the invasive plants with native ones to improve the quality of animal populations in the land. And this improves the habitats of moose, mallard, wolf, turkey, and white-tailed deer. So it improves a lot. The thing is, that's a lot of money. Again, I don't have the money right now. We're at like, I think 1,800, 1,950. So it's going to be a little bit before I can actually afford to make some of these improvements. But I want to at least show you guys them so you can know where you need to go and what you need to do, what to expect. It's not going to be cheap, but seems like it's supposed to help them out quite a bit if you can afford to do it. All right, let's see if we can take this guy down. Going to use that nice suppressor to take down a 10-year-old buck. This guy is a 3-star, but he's at the end of his life, so he's not really going to get any larger. Let's smoke him. Gosh, the suppressor makes it really quiet. You'll love to see it, man. Because like the normal guns, got a nice pop to it. Go back to the suppressed 338. Not too bad, man. I like that. Now, obviously, we're going to have to do some testing to see if it drastically reduces the spook radius. But it's already like a super cool addition to the game. And we're also going to take a look at the thermal stuff very shortly. So let's go grab this guy and then we'll check it out in the store. Look at that beautiful buck right there. Now, there is another feature that's coming with this update that is going to be pretty nice, and that is some additions to the photo mode. Let's go into photo mode. We got our character right there. Obviously, you guys know that we've always been able to do this with the animals. We've always been able to adjust the animal poses, and they look really, really good. But now you can also adjust the dog, which I don't have out at the moment. And you can also adjust the player poses, which is going to be quite nice. Now, obviously, this is an early access look at this update, so you're going to potentially see some weird things like our rifle sticking through our character. But overall, that type of stuff should be fixed super, super fast. I mean, this is a really cool addition. Obviously, it's still early. Like I said, things are going to get tweaked. They're going to improve stuff as time goes on. But it's a really good step in the right direction towards some awesome, awesome trophy shots. Look at that right there. That's a beauty. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at this guy right there. That is a beauty 3-star whitetail deer. Really hoping that eventually we can get ourselves a 5-star. I actually really want to see what those look like. Because, I mean, if this is a freaking 3-star, what is a 5-star going to look like? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7x7 buck. I mean, it's a freaking giant. I really like the look of the rack, although I do kind of wish that a 3-star wasn't this huge because, I mean, this is kind of an insane size for a freaking 3-star. Like, you would expect a buck like this to be a 5-star. So that is one thing that I hope they change in the future. Maybe just down the size a little bit. I mean, a 3-star should be like a 4x4 or a 5x5. Not a 7x7 that looks this gigantic. Okay, so we're now in the shop. Let's just real quickly go through everything, make sure there's nothing new in here. Yeah, it looks all the same. But what we do have is some new attachments. Obviously, we've got the one that we're using, which is the Primacy Panther. And at level 20, you can unlock the Primacy Whisper Magnum. So we've got 2 different suppressors in the game currently, as well as this bad boy right here, a basic thermal clip-on device. And then we've also got the Terra Observer Monocular. So this is another thermal sight. Obviously, well, it's not a sight. This is like the handheld one, as far as I can tell. Yeah. It's a handheld one. So what we want is this bad boy right here, the Terra Prometheus. We can barely afford it, so you know we're going to buy it. Okay, so let's see. Can we add it right here? Yes, we can. The Terra Prometheus. Beautiful. What is this going to look like now? Let's pull this bad boy out. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Now the question is, can you use it in the daytime without like getting blinded? Be careful. Warning, this may be bright. Let's see. Oh, you can definitely use this in the daytime. You can also hit Q to change the vision mode, it says, or hold Q. Ooh. Okay, let's go use this thing. Okay, we got some more 10-year-old bucks over here. Let's see, which one's the nicest? That guy's definitely the nicest of them. Let's take him down with the thermal. Okay, so that is this vision mode. That one and that one. I mean, obviously, this is going to work better at nighttime probably, or when you're like trying to like scan the horizon to find animals. Like, as you can see, there's the heat signatures. Definitely going to be helpful if you're just like trying to find animals. And then, is there a way to just completely toggle it off? I don't think there is. No, doesn't seem like there is, sadly. But, I mean, it's going to be helpful for finding animals. Definitely. Okay, so this is the one that we want to shoot. Got to check before we actually use the sight, because, okay, yeah. This may not be the greatest thing to use in the daytime. Definitely not going to be the most effective way to take an animal down. You know what? We'll do it on one that isn't so bunched up. Let's use our normal scope right here. Smoked him. Let's see. What is this guy going to look like in the harvest? 910 trophy score. I really want to get these guys managed to the point where we can start getting some 5 stars, but like, I don't know how far I can actually take them, because like I was showing earlier, it seems like the max is stable, and I don't know how to improve these guys because there's really only a couple question marks within their section, and it's these two over here, which is a stand, I believe, and then a bridge. So like, what would improve this area here? Maybe I'm misreading these lines. Like maybe I can improve it with like one of the nearby areas over here, but hard to say. All right, let's try it with the thermal and just see how this is. Oh gosh, that is tough to see. Maybe we can get his head up? Put your head up, buddy. Maybe that worked? I don't know, man. I think it did. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, so we got it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you use the thermal stuff primarily for night, or if you're just trying to like scan the horizon and want to, you know, not really have to do too much like hard looking to see if there's an animal there, because it does very clearly show you when there's an animal just from the heat signature, which does make it really easy to spot it from afar. Let's see this guy right here. That is going to be another 3-star like we saw, 910 on the trophy score for this guy as well. And challenge completed for hunting animals with a suppressor. Love to see it. Wait a second. So these all show like that icon for like the habitat improvement. So like these ones up here, you can improve them by getting the habitat improvement. But I don't see that for our whitetail over here. So does that mean that these populations literally can never get higher than stable? That's kind of unfortunate if that's the case. Okay, so we discovered one of the damaged bridges, and that is going to be 3,200, but it is nice to see that we can actually reconstruct these bridges, which was something I really hoped that we'd be able to do, because not having the bridges is such a pain when it comes to traversing the map. So it's really nice that we can do that now. It definitely is going to be expensive to make all the improvements to the reserve to get things like maxed out. So just expect to be spending a lot of coins to do all these improvements. So I think to finish things off, we are going to do a night hunt, and we're going to see just how helpful these thermal sights can actually be. I put it on our 308 Winchester. Let's go to that real quick, and we will pop this on real quick. I mean, I think that's going to be pretty helpful. Maybe we will change the vision mode. Yeah, we'll try this one. We got deer in front of us. Pop this bad boy out. Oh, yeah. Wow, that suppressor really works good on this 308. I think it worked better on this than it did on the 338, which makes sense, I guess. This is a lower caliber anyway. The 308 was generally a little bit quieter than the 338 to begin with, so that makes sense. Now, I don't know if this is ever going to happen, but I think it'd be really cool if they added in subsonic ammunition as well, because in real life, a suppressor isn't really going to help too much if you're still using, like, your just normal hunting rounds. You'd have to use subsonic ammunition if you really want to get the most out of it. So I wonder if they're ever going to add some subsonic ammo in, just to, like, add to the realism. Like, if you wanted to get it to be, like, super, super quiet, you could use the subsonic ammunition with, you know, it causing a bit of a hit to your range and energy delivery at range. I think it would be really cool to add something like that in just to give us the variety. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we actually discovered our first group of animals using the scope. In fact, that's kind of just where we came from. How did I not see them earlier? 10-year male? Another 10-year male. You know what? I guess we got to go take those down. Okay. I think this shot is going to be good. Let's bring out the monopod. Okay, it's right there. Gosh, this is pretty cool, man. This is really cool for night hunting. I couldn't see myself using it too much in the daytime, but for night hunting, wow, this is cool. Like, you don't even need to buy the night vision when you got this. This is super, super awesome. You know what? Can I just, like, neck it? Definitely not. Or no, we did. Holy crap, we smoked it. Oh, he is a goner. He is a goner. Can we see his buddy running off? Yes, we can. There's his buddy right there. That's cool, man. That's really cool. You know, I remember seeing some people in the comments that were pretty mad when they announced that suppressors and thermal optics were going to eventually be coming to the game. And they were like, oh, it's unrealistic. We can't use those here. Yeah, but the thing is, it's a video game. And also, they are legal in some places. For example, different parts of the United States. I mean, some of the most commonly used things in Texas are ARs for hunting hogs, thermal optics for hunting hogs, and suppressors for hunting hogs and, like, pretty much anything else. So just understand that anytime something is coming to the game, like a suppressor or a thermal optic, just understand that just because it's not legal to use where you live doesn't mean it isn't legal to use in other places, because there's a lot of places that use these things. I think people get way too caught up on, like, how they personally hunt or how, like, their state allows them to hunt, and forget that every place in the entire world is going to have slightly different regulations, and some are going to have drastically different regulations. And it really does make it so that in a video game like Way of the Hunter has the ability to literally bring in different popular hunting methods and equipment from all parts of the world. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first look at the brand new update to Way of the Hunter 2. I would have done a little bit more in this video, but we kind of need to earn a lot of money to unlock all of the improvements to the reserve and to fix the bridges and things. So I can't really do too much more in this episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving a comment down below and hitting that like button before you go. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.